The condition of the Russian rocket is truly alarming. Sasha loses even to figure skaters who have not competed for a year. The fifth stage of the Russian Grand Prix presented another sensation. Alexandra Trusova could not win gold, losing not only to her classmate Sofia Samodelkina, but also to Anna Frolova, who had just recovered from a serious injury. And it's all the fault of that, a mistake on a double axel that is completely unusual for an athlete. Unbelievable. The rentals in Samara revealed problems in the relationship between Trusova and her coach Svetlana Sokolovskaya. The transition of the Russian rocket to CSKA has not justified itself yet. The vice champion of the Olympics loses even to figure skaters who have been absent from the competition for a whole year. It is difficult to imagine that Sasha had similar results with Ateri Tutberidze. What is the problem? Did Trusova fall apart after leaving Tutberidze? In the women's competition at the Russian Grand Prix in Samara, all the fans' attention was focused on Svetlana Sokolovskaya's group. It was she who brought the two leaders of the tournament to the ice, Alexandra Trusova and Sofia Samodelkina. The queen and the princess of the quad, as the skaters are called, had to figure out the relationship in a fair fight on the ice. The most interesting thing is that the favorite in this confrontation was not Trusova at all. Tatiana Tarasova, Ilya Averbik and other specialists were on the side of Samodelkina, who had already managed to defeat the Russian rocket in Sochi. I don't think that Trusova is the favorite. Samodelkina beat her at the last stage. The chances are about 50-50, TASS quotes Averbik as saying. Nevertheless, the choreographer noted that Sasha's results in Samara should have been higher after painstaking work on new productions. But, alas, the CSKA pupil still does not fully feel the images offered to her. And although Trusova again almost kept up with the frenzied pace of the music, hitting all the accents, she had an incomprehensible glitch at the very beginning of the program. The athlete made a butterfly on a double axel and completely lost the element. It was not counted in the protocol. An unthinkable mistake for an athlete of the coward's level. But the most annoying thing is that choreographically the vice champion of the Olympic Games was also flawed. The rotation of the third level and the track of the second show that Sasha is not ready for the competition either physically or mentally. 69.50 points, that's how much the figure skater received from the judges. And was it worth leaving Tutberidze for this? Against the background of Trusova, the rental of Anna Frolova looked completely different. The drawling east performed by the athlete fascinated the hall. A confident cascade of triple Lutz and sheepskin coat, light as a feather, double axel and triple Rittberger, everything was done very efficiently. After a long break, the athlete missed the competition for 1 year. Sergei Davidov's student triumphantly returned, beating the more experienced and titled Trusova on the move. With a score of 70.74 points, she took the second intermediate place. Finally, it was time for Sofia Samodelkina to perform. The young student of Svetlana Sokolovskaya continues to set high goals for herself, wanting to perform the most technically difficult short program in history. Moreover, the athlete hopes to do this earlier than Anastasia Zinina, who also plans to insert a triple axel, triple flip and triple Lutz, triple Rittberger cascade into her program. At the Sochi stage, the Sofa did not submit to this content. In Samara, too, it was not without a fall. She could not cope with the trixel. Then the figure skater made a difficult decision to replace Rittberger in the cascade with a sheepskin coat. It worked and allowed Samodelkina to be emotionally liberated. Diana Ankudinova's powerful vocals did not absorb the figure skater, but harmoniously complemented her image. The referees reacted with great sympathy to her performance and gave 73.15 points. Sofa won the short program, having an excellent reserve before the free program. Unlike Samodelkina, her classmate was much less lucky. So far, the transfer of Trusova to Sokolovskaya does not justify itself. Svetlana Vladimirovna cannot bring the figure skater to the start in optimal shape. At the same time, the mentor allows Trusova to perform, although it is obvious that the injury prevents her, and this time it is necessary to pause before reaching a high level. Of course, it is incredibly difficult to stop Sasha, who has always been distinguished by maximalist views on life, but this in no way removes responsibility from her coach. The situation is very complicated and confusing. But I would like to hope that by the end of the series, the figure skater and mentor will resolve all organizational issues, having coped with difficulties. Although for this, Trusova must score enough points based on the results of 2 stages. At the moment, she is in a precarious position.